Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. Beware, beware. That might not be a phone jingling in your pocket. Join the Nevermorians for morning mischief and madness at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Your sense of humor is the only thing you need to wear.
Almost forgot to do my mic. Anyway, good morning, everyone. Welcome to a very historic episode of Nevermind the Furthermore with myself, Brian K. Morris. We're kicking off the iNDEEvent today. It's going to be running from noon today Eastern time until sometime very, very late on Sunday night. And I'm going to be here for a lot of it, and I hope you will be too. It's going to be over 40 hours of programming. We're going to have some fun. And I want to say good morning to Christian Basil, Amy Hale, and Amy Tomaszewski. Mwah to all of you, especially you, Christian. And Carl Witzman, always a pleasure. Russell Allen, it is always a delight to have you here, sir. And also Rebel Gaming. Rebel Gaming is here first. Good for you, Rebel Gaming. You get extra points today. And Carl Witzman, good to see you. And good morning, Teresa Dunn. Mwah, good to see you, hon. Hope your morning's going well. Russell Allen, good morning, Nevermorians. Let's kick off this iNDEEvent in style. Well, I don't know about style, but I'm willing to start. Anyway, this is going to be an incredible weekend of, it's kind of meant to, kind of replace a couple of conventions that's happening right now, particularly TampaCon in Florida. And it's TampaCon, so I believe it probably is in Miami. Anyway, no, seriously, that's one of Rob Anderson's favorite conventions, and it was quite a blow to him. So he said, let's put something on instead for the people who can't be there. And and we're all like, well, let's make this national, okay, or international, or omniversal. We're going into parallel dimensions right now where there's a Brian who dresses well and doesn't wear a fez. Anyway, anyway, we're going to have some fun. I will be back at noon. I'm going off the air at 11:30 Eastern. All times are that I give you are Eastern because that's where I live. Okay, move here. Anyway, we'll be closing this down at 11:30, and then we're going to make way for Rob Anderson and Meredith Logren, two of the other hands on the rudder here, to give you a little more information on the iNDEEvent, and then I'll come back at noon with a very, very special episode of Nevermind the Furthermore that you're invited to. So anyway, here we go. Facebook is 20 seconds later than YouTube today. Wow, man, they're dragging, I'm telling you. And look, it's Megastar Brian. Did he sneak in here? No one told me. Holy cats. Anyway, we got a bunch of comments now. A whole bunch of people showing up. Good morning, Nevermorians. Nick Tockard, always a pleasure to have you, sir. Star of Deviant Art and writer of the Hybrids, Sons of God's role-playing game. Really looking forward to seeing that. And Christian Basil says, yes, I gotta clean my glasses one of these days. Maybe I should do it now. But anyway. And yes, I'm using some of my hoarded toilet paper to clean my glasses. Anyway, and Christian is going to be doing some really cool stuff. He's going to kick off our Saturday and Sunday morning extravaganzas with special episodes of the Match Game. And I will tell you that tomorrow I will be appearing tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be a contestant or if I'm going to be a participant, but like part of the panel. But we'll see what happens. But either way, it's going to be hilarious. It's going to be fun and very Doctor Who oriented. So it's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to that. Carl Witzman says, iNDEEvent begins. Let the drinking commence. Oh, wait, it might be a little early. Yeah, it is, Carl. It is early, but let's see now. Hold on a second. Okay, now you can start, okay? In fact, now you, compared to Meredith Logren, you may be catching up. Anyway, Christian Basil says, would you like some company? I'm actually ready to go. Like, you want to start the Match Game now? Holy cats. Christian, you have access. If you want to get in here, you're welcome to bop on in here, sir. But let me catch up with some of these comments first. Amy Hale, good morning. Mwah, Amy Hale. Amy Hale this weekend will be at CapeCon. That's cape-con.com in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Please go there. If when you aren't watching the show, in fact, if you can watch this show and shop from Amy Hale and Kathy Jackson and Brian Rhodes and Cakes Reimagined and also Berg Comics. We will be sending you a list of vendors you need to support. At CapeCon. Anyway, best of luck to Ken Murphy, everyone there. And Amy, love you. I'm going to be nagging you, probably asking you several times for constant updates on the events. But anyway, Amy, good luck this weekend. Stay safe, you and Kathy and all of our friends down there. We love you. I'm sorry I can't be with you, but then I couldn't be here. Anyway, Russell Allen, burning dumpster in style. Oh yeah, it is always a day for this. Yeah, every damn day. You got that right, my friend. Anyway, let's see. Tyrone Tony Reed Jr., good to see you. Good morning to you. Happy Friday. Yay! And you can find more about Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. at TyroneTonyReedJr.com. And I think you should. Also, he is an excellent writer, excellent guest. Check out his work on Amazon.com. He's a good friend, and we adore the heck out of him. Bill Sarden, glad to see you here, buddy. Hope your morning's going well so far. Check out Bill Sarden, the artwork of Bill Sarden. And there he is now, TGIF Nevermore is. Yeah, it's funny because I was on the phone this morning because I had to cancel a motel reservation for Perryville, Missouri for a week from today. And the lady was darling. Her name is Wilma, and she was so nice. She took such good care of me. And but she told me something about, well, it's, my reservation's 1 week from today, Friday the 17th. And she's like, oh, today's Friday? I didn't realize that. I said, yeah, they're all blending together now. She had to agree with me. Anyway, Charles F. Millhouse, good morning all. Good morning to you, my friend. Captain Hawkland rules. Glad to see you. And Christian Basil says, send me the link. Oh, you would ask that, would you? You can get in through the page that you get to your own show at, and then just come in on my feed here, but you have to add to the list. Let me catch up with the comments first, please. And Bill Sarden says, isn't it interesting Brian blames the dimension on dirty glasses? Yeah. No, my glass is a little dirty. I haven't washed it today, but it is filled with covfefe, and thus I shall try them. No, I need to get my eyes checked, but it's like, let's see. Okay. Anyway, we got that. But yeah, we've got, let's see. Here we go. Somebody's writing me, Standing Ray. Christian, come on in, buddy. Let me add you then. This is Christian Basil. The one, the only, the legend. Years since I hear all the terrible things you're saying about me. Christian, how are you this morning, sir?
Not bad, sir. I'm still getting up over there. There's something on my nose. Look at that. That's your insignia and your and Bill's message down there.
Just yeah. Oh God, I'm getting out the Clorox. Okay,
I'm just gonna say the name Sarah Sever. I'm gonna take a drink already.
Yeah, you might as well. Seriously.
Might as well get ahead of the game.
Yeah, really. And and if you have to spread kitty litter under your chair, we will understand. It's a trick we've been using for years. And Russell Allen says, Brian got so excited this morning, he licked an entire bookshelf of books at the crack of dawn. Well, if Dawn just... Yeah, I know. If Dawn would just move her books, it wouldn't be quite so embarrassing for me.
Russell, you're the reason why they put covers on ice cream now, because you ruined it for everybody out there. Good grief, man. Can't take you anywhere.
I know.
Your library is an orgy.
Yeah, and only one hand's worth of fingerprints on any of them, right? Anyway, and Amy says, Teresa, and Amy Hale says, I'm packing my gear up for Cape now. We'll be setting up this afternoon. Well, we'll be grilling you mercilessly to find out what's going on down there, because I miss you guys, and I'll try to do some live videos. Hope you do. Really hope you do. And Rebel Gaming says, where are all these comments happening? Partly on Facebook and partly in
Yeah.
our own fevered imagination. They have become real to us.
Oh, hello
Oh
there.
no! Oh,
Well,
that's
Brian,
so nice.
what is
Brian,
this?
why am I back here? Why are you bullying other people on their channels? Why are you calling Rob an asshole? I was so close to retirement. You had to call Rob an asshole, and now they brought me back in. I can't retire for another year, Brian. It's
No, I
all your
didn't.
fault.
My
Probably
virgin ears.
so. Everything's Brian's fault. No, I called him that on Rob's show last night. I did not call him on here. So you need to get on Rob's case because he made me do it. Look at
I'm
how
not going to bother a devil. I'm going to bother the guy with the fez. I have a better chance there. Do you know what he said to me? That guy's nasty. I can maybe change you and make you better. Not him. I've given up. I've given up on him.
Oh, well, after the end of the show, Mr. Censor, you may start hassling Christian then, because he may be your best bet for an early retirement. Because you know how I am. You've told me, and I just don't take instructions well.
Brian, I'm going to be watching this iNDEEvent. I expect good behavior. I'm watching.
I hope you didn't pay much then. Anyway,
God, from Monsters Inc. I think.
I know.
Wait a minute, can
Yeah.
I add this? Can I add this to Traveling TARDIS now? Can I put this in there? Or do I not want to touch the stuff of that there?
I'm scared to, frankly.
Okay, I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone.
Yeah. Well, there is a button up there called Edit. Do you have controls?
Yeah, I have full control as well. But I was going to add this to
dear
Traveling
God, that is
TARDIS.
frightening. Yeah.
Well, it does say save changes for launch schedule. Live is already broadcast, so I'm like, go for it, or just leave it.
Okay, folks, if we leave the air, we'll be back in 1 minute and without Christian, too.
All right.
That's why he can't have nice things.
Okay, say your perverted things before we go. Here we go. Oh, it added. Oh, yeah. It's going to the Traveling TARDIS.
I see that. Well, welcome everyone
Yay.
on the Traveling TARDIS. I'm Brian K. Morris. I'm Christian's friend, although Christian just as soon you not know that. And anyway, I'm flattered to be with you guys. And folks, since I'm on the show, on your channel.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Did I dress for success or what?
I did. Fez. Yeah. All I got is this shirt.
Oh, dude, don't put that down. That is sweet.
No. I love the shirt.
You should. That's beauty. That's a thing of beauty. And speaking of thing of beauty, there's Pops Van Zant live in the madness. Good to see you, Pops. It was fun watching you the other night on iNDEEvent. Your usual calm, collected self. Anyway, you're always a joy, sir. And Christian, what?
Oh, I just said
finally some reason.
My past self. Catching up.
There we go. That's his previous regenerations. So his previous face. Yeah. Carl Winston says
Roblo.
Oh yeah. And I look like Amy Grant. And Carl Wisman says I have to stay sober until it's time. Oh yeah, until it's time for the drunken rant later. That's true. At 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central tonight, Uncle Carl's secret humor page, which is the worst kept secret in the universe, is going to have his bi-weekly drunken rant, where he and the delightful Donna Carlene is they're going to get tanked up, gacked to the nines, smoke a lot of cigars, and tell jokes, and it's usually a fun time. Christian, you're on that page. You gotta check it out if you're not on the air. So
I will. There's so many pages I gotta check out. So many friends out there that we've got, and I can barely keep up with mine. Just one little page. Mine.
Yeah, but this way you get to interact, and then every other week he has like a Zoom room where we all just sit around and stare at each other in an unusual state of sobriety. But anyway, yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, that's that thing other people have. Gordon Kessler. Okay. Good morning, Brian. Hope you're well. Gordon Kessler, glad to see you. GKISpy.com. See, I haven't forgotten. Gordon's a great, talented writer, and it's good to see you, man. Hope you're however you're spending this very challenging period of time is going well. And Teresa Dunn says, I'm going to be on Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time. Looking forward to it. I am too. It's going to be a round-robin discussion of authors. I will be there. Teresa, Carl Witzman, Meredith Walgren, and probably anybody that can't run away fast enough. And we've got some interesting plans for that show. So we'll see. Let's see. Charles F. Millhouse can't hang around long. We can write you a note. Busy weekend ahead. Tell me about it. Everyone have a safe weekend and be productive. You too. You too, my friend. Take care, Charles. Have a great one. Hugs to Marianne. Brian Hawkins, good morning, program citizen. It is good to see you, sir. I hope you.
I love the Tron reference.
Oh yeah, oh
I
yeah.
love it.
we get all the hip comments here. And Carl Witzman says, Sarah, you are invoked. Oh yeah. And we've already started drinking here, so
yeah, I'll drink that again. Now I can take my meds and I drink it. Oh.
There you go. Yeah. I think I'll be taking your meds before the end of the weekend too. And
That's just what started in the morning.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right, and Nairobi Comics is here. Good morning, sir. And let's see, Rebel Comics kicks off the after hours of the event tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. That is going to be a good time. Looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. And let's see, Philip Thompson says, morning question, is this a good title for a book? Artistic? If not, can you come up with a suggestion? Well, if you're talking about your cartoons, this is actually something we probably should save for after hours.
What's the title?
Artistic, I think. I think I would give it a subtitle, though, like The Art of Philip Thompson, The Humor of Philip Thompson, something like that. To differentiate, the thing to do is go on Google or preferably Amazon and check if there's somebody already that has a title. I was going to call my next book Gone with the Wind, but apparently that's fallen out of favor, and somebody seems to be using it, and they're getting a lot of pushback on it now. So I may not use that. I might not. I may go with my first choice, Citizen Kane.
It's a book about flatulence, Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, yeah. Don't back up to it. Yeah, don't back up to Atlanta after you've had Taco Tuesday. And Russell Allen says, "Awesome, Larry. I'll see you there." There we go. And Russell Allen goes on to say, "Hey, the a-holes here, starting the timer on first F-bomb. Thanks for all your help." Yeah. And I'd like to know which a-hole you're referring to. You have literally a smorgasbord of them some days. And with that censor, says Carl Witzman, I'm glad that the drunken rant is not part of the event. I'd be in trouble tonight. Yeah, probably so. Sorry, Nana. And Russell Allen goes on to say, not caring about our reputation. Oh, come on, Brian, you pushed him away. He didn't even get to break the F-bomb barrier. Yeah, somebody else did that. Now, where was the censor when Rob Anderson said a naughty word on Clever Title Pending the other night, which, by the way, you all should tune into every Tuesday night at 8. And I've been so busy with this indie thing that I forgot to get a guest for Tuesday, so I need to get somebody in on that. So, some poor unsuspecting soul. And I want to get through these because I actually want Christian. I want Christian to talk about what he does.
Well, actually, let's give a rat's butt about that.
Well, I do, Christian. I care enough to make up for these louts.
Wait a minute, those glasses aren't attached to you? Those actually
no.
Well, put it back on.
Seriously.
Thank you.
And I don't see any better with them than without them. So I guess I am due for a trip to the optometrist. And Christian hits the launch button. Boom. That's Christian, while you're here, I'm going to let you do something here because he's probably sick of me doing it. You ready? I'm going to let you read the next bit of copy.
Okay,
you ready for this?
Is it like paragraph that you're going to give me so you can take a break? Sure.
Okay, here we go. This is from our friend Bill Sarden. Okay. So it's cool. So here we go.
And Bill Sarden says, take a break from the mask-wearing madness by joining the far out and groovy people that when you click on fb.me Sarton Art 76 for better days from yesteryear, along with my skillfully silly sketches. You really had to put it that way, didn't you, Bill? I got the yes. Let's go.
I didn't even read it beforehand. Sorry.
Sketches. We have wacky watch parties, merry memes, and other serendipitous. Did I even pronounce that right? Surprises.
Good.
Thank you, Bill. So, gosh, you're really putting my vocabulary in a 10 a.m. workout there. So check out the artwork of Bill Sartan, where everything old is new again.
Well done, young man. Well done. You have a permanent place on this show.
Well, you owe me $1 for that one.
I probably, one of us does. I owe you a drink if nothing else. And Amy Hale says, I have permanent Doctor Who swag, a tattoo. All right. Now that shows commitment, girl. That shows commitment.
They're on the inside, and we seek proof.
Yeah, that's right. Photos are
and there's a picture, yeah.
Yeah, and thanks for the shout out, Brian. Hey, Pops, thank you for being here, man. I do appreciate you. And like that censor dude, I will be watching and sharing to the madness all weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing you, man. It's going to be a party this weekend at iNDEEvent. And if you have any questions about it, go to INDEEvent.com or independencecon.com or any of its myriad aliases. I think it's in a witness protection program or something. Carl Wisman says photos are never
Yes.
happened.
Yes.
Yes,
Correct,
yes.
Carl. Correct.
Thank
We
you,
seek
Carl.
evidence of it. I see another Bill Sarton paragraph coming up down the line.
Praise yourself. I had a good time yesterday being interviewed by David Atkins for his podcast. We talked about different art styles and paintings, comics, and animation. Well, that's cool. We look forward to hearing about that and hope that it gets broadcast soon, and we'll share the link on that so everyone will know your infamy. And author Michaela Jade said, hello, all. I'm working but listening. Hello, Michaela.
Thank you.
Yeah, and think of it right now, Christian, you're speaking right to her butt because she keeps her phone in the back pocket. So be nice to her ass. Anyway,
Oh, Kayla, this is the best side that I want to be with you right now. If you're listening carefully, I could not be any closer where I want to be.
Never mind. There, guys.
Oh no! I think it's had an
Sorry.
effect, Christian. I think it's had an effect. Look at this.
Either we lost viewers or we gained a lot more. I can't tell anymore.
Oh no! Look at what Michaela says there.
Who's a handsome? That would be Mini. That would be Mini Brian.
Yeah, there
That
we
would
go.
be Mini
Yeah.
Brian right there.
That would be my Funko Pop incarnation. This is Christian Basil, who is the host of the very popular podcast, The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, and now celebrity via Screen Rant. I told you they put that in there.
No, I want to thank you for that. Brian, can I tell the story a little bit on this one?
By all means, please do.
I had no idea. Well, we got to trace back a little bit to the beginning. We had an episode with Andrew Cartmel, who is the script editor for season 26, the last season, and a couple seasons with Sylvester McCoy. Now, what ended up happening is that certain articles came in, and this was after the release. If anybody knows Doctor Who was the Timeless Children, spoiler alert, the Doctor is the Timeless Child, which means that the Doctor had originated pretty much of Gallifrey regenerations and all that stuff. And the Doctor had a history that nobody knew about that can go on for ages. Well, somebody had introduced in a couple of articles, the Cartmel master plan was a part of this. Well, lo and behold, just within a couple of weeks, I already had booked Andrew Cartmel for a recording. And Andrew, and I was just like, lo and behold, he said, why don't I just ask the guy about the Cartmel master plan? And he even mentioned that he didn't even see the episode. So we explained to him what the episode was about. And he says, no, not really what I was going for, or something, or however he talks. But that was what was going on. And we get a recording. And lo and behold, I think some of the YouTube family of podcasters got out there. I think Gary from Neurotic, Clownfish TV, Neon, and Geeky Sparkles. And there were a couple more articles, and just recently Screen Rant caught up. And I'm just saying, guys, you just catching up. We put this out like months ago, but they were kind enough to include us in the article where the source came that Andrew had mentioned and talked about the Cartmel master plan versus what happened with the Timeless Children. And it didn't seem to kind of gel from my interpretation of what he was talking about. That wasn't what he was aiming for. He was kind of saying that the Doctor should be aloof, but have a history that we're kind of involved to, but we don't get too much involved to. So that's what happened in a nutshell. Well, Screen Rant grabbed whiff of it, hyperlinked our show, and then all of a sudden, I can't believe it. It's just like our listenership skyrocketed, our likes on our Facebook page jumped up completely, and we're just getting more and more attention, which I got to thank Screen Rant. I got to thank Brian too, because he's always over there every time I'm posting Facebook page, that he's always jumping up in there and saying you need to catch up. And then we finally got 35,000 likes. I'm like,
Yeah, just
Holy.
hit the other night. Yeah,
Well,
that's
not only that,
congratulations.
it's still climbing. It hasn't stopped. It's just like it's still going up and up and up. And I'm just like, well, okay, well, we'll be there in 40,000, hopefully in a week or two. But I'm just like that was nice to have that little presence in a mainstream comic geekdom media. That was nice.
That's fantastic. Well, you earned it, man. It was a good interview.
I don't know about
Yeah.
that.
Oh, no.
I got
was.
lucky. That's
Well,
sometimes
yeah,
how it happens in this industry.
that's true. The serendipity is a vital force here in what you and I do. And the thing is, I got to give a shout out to Mr. Cartmill because I started following him on Twitter a number of years ago. And I just, you just click the button and you don't know what's going to happen after that. Well, next thing I know, I have this message in my private message box on Twitter, and it's him personally thanking me for following him. And we had like this little,
Wow.
this little conversation going for about a week or so, and where I was like, incredibly fanboying all over him and admitting it. So, but maybe that's what drove him away and into your arms. But anyway, but no, I'm glad you got.
Well, I think it's because everybody who's worked on the show doesn't get the appreciation. They're now getting it today with David Tennant and Matt Smith and Capaldi and Whitaker and all of them and all the companions and everybody.
Mhm.
They didn't get as much appreciation when the show back then as they should have. I think back during even and I think Andrew Cartmel took a risk during a time where the show was kind of wavy, and I felt so bad for it because he had an ideology that was morphed into what we see today with story arcs and all that. And I feel like he's not appreciated. So when we want to, one of the reasons why we developed the show is to give those folks who didn't have a chance, who've kind of just, fallen from, I wouldn't say fallen from grace. Well, what would be a better term for that? They're just not recognized, for a better term. That's the
Right.
word.
Yeah.
They're just not recognized. Bring them back and say, listen, what you're watching now on TV with Jodie Whittaker, you really need to go back and see what's going on. And that's great about the geekdom right now, is because they're watching the current show and they're going like, wait a minute, I got to see how this all started.
Yeah.
And they're getting their due, which they rightfully should.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some great TV back then. I'm also glad to see Colin Baker finally, people are saying, he really acted his butt off considering a few of the scripts he got. And I'm glad to see it because one of these times I've told these guys my Colin Baker story. I'll try to give you I don't know if I've told you, but in 1986 there was a Doctor Who convention in Champaign, Illinois, where I was living at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was organized by a group of people who were basically trying to become the American super fans.
Mm-hmm.
And one of whom, and also one of them wanted to go to bed with Anthony Ainley, but that's another story. Yeah, and we just didn't have any confirmation.
But that's for another show.
that's for the real late night show on this. Yeah, she was
Brian K. Morris After Dark. That's for that show out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and this is the one even I won't attend. I'd be too scared. But anyway, and real quick, we gotta say good morning, Eric. Good morning.
Hey, Eric.
There we go. But anyway, the thing was, the convention was a total bomb. It was a disaster.
Oh.
The head of security left after half a day. John Nathan Turner was there too, and he actually got rid of his security, proclaiming in the lobby at the top of his lungs that he will take his chances with the fans. And it was just like a whole bunch of mismanagement, and a few of us, you see things falling apart, and you think, well, I got to do something to help, right?
Yeah.
So there were a group of us that stepped up. I threatened to throw half of the security out for trespassing if they didn't get to where they were supposed to be in 5 minutes. And I said, ask them about me, what they know about me. And next thing I know, the room is cleared. Anyway, at the end, and also I was breaking up with the girl I was dating at the time too. So it was just like a full weekend for me. And,
it's a little bit of a life-changing event here.
Yeah, here.
Not really what I wanted.
Yeah, and it started out with a blizzard. So, in fact, we couldn't even get people in from Indianapolis or Chicago, St. Louis or Peoria or any place else that showed Doctor Who. So the con lost money from the start. And the thing is, Gene Airy, I'm sure you know the name, super fan during the 80s, wrote The Doctor in the Enterprise.
No,
This might
if
have
I
been
saw,
before your
I
time.
bet you if I saw him, I would know it. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
Well, anyway, she comes up to me and goes, "Well, are you going to be around for the party?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not going to be in any mood for any party, believe me." And she's like, "Brian, you got to stay. You know, really,
Mhm.
Colin knows who did what, and he's in a room with the people that made this happen, and he's going to get paid. Believe me, he's going to get
Mhm.
paid. And the rest of those who actually did good things, he wants to throw a party for you guys." I'm like, "Gina, thank you, but really, I'm going to walk home in the blizzard, 10 blocks, and go kill myself. It's, you know, it'll be a perfect week, you know, after the weekend." And then just then, this door opens in this office, and out come the organizers who are about the color of my wall. And then following them is a very unhappy looking John Nathan Turner, and behind him a very resolute looking Colin Baker. And then he turns to me, he gets this great big smile, and goes, "Brian, you gonna be at the party later?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "No, Brent, really, I'd love it if you were there. It would mean a lot to me. Please show up." And I'm like,
Mhm.
"Okay, fine, I'll be there." He goes, "Great, I'll see you in an hour." And he walks away, and then I realized something. It wasn't before everyone left. I realized something. I never told him my name during the whole weekend. I had minimal contact with him, but he went to the effort to find out who we were. And I think
Sweet.
I think that's, you know, that's why people
I
ask
just
me who my favorite doctor is. I say I don't really have one, but I do have a favorite actor. You know,
That's awesome. I've been to conventions where I feel bad for them because these people have been hosed before and are still getting hosed at conventions that are coming up. And I feel, you know, and they have to come across the UK. It's not like they just drove up the street and go, you know, I'll just go home. I'm done with this. It's like now they got to fly out.
yeah.
And I just feel so bad for them. But feeling so bad,
I feel really good being this close to Kayla Jade. That's all I
Oh,
got to say.
oh yeah, oh yeah. This probably made your whole morning, didn't it? You've got the strength to go on now. And Molly,
yeah,
and Molly
exactly.
Daniels. I
Where
feel
were we?
Who cares?
That's right.
Molly Daniels is wishing Eric a belated happy birthday,
Aw,
and
happy birthday.
you'll like this, and definitely former birthday, Eric. Good to see you. Good to see you, Molly. And Amy Hill has photos. She can tag us. I
I
bet
don't
she.
care if you say you have photos. You have to prove.
Well,
You
I
have
bet
to.
she wants to tag us. All right. You know?
Okay, yeah, exactly.
That I'm
Oh,
sure
that's
of.
what she means by tag.
Yeah,
Cover.
yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
And it's just like plugging has a different meaning to Michaela. Anyway, Carl Westman says, "Excellent news on the show, Christian." Yes,
Thank
congratulations,
you,
and
Carl.
I'm
Yeah.
so happy for you, man, and I'm glad you're getting that bump. I'm taking full credit. Russell Lowndes says,
You
"Amy
should.
Hill, sure, those are temporary. Not with Amy." When she commits, she commits. Author Michaela Jane says, "Your voice was deep enough that my phone vibrated in my pocket."
Good night, everybody. I'm done here. That's it. My job is done here.
Yeah, I'd
Okay,
say
we
you're.
got him. Wait a minute. Why do
Yeah,
I look like Meredith drunk? What is that all about?
it is the weekend.
Oh, no, never mind.
Never mind the furthermore. Thanks for the plug there. Now, all of his
Sorry,
35,000
Kayla. You're really missing
listeners.
something right now if you're not watching.
And
We'll never
I'm
get through the
leaving.
chats.
No, we never will. Phil Thompson, I'm in for a superhero comic I'm working on. Yeah, I say go with it. I say go with it, my friend. Take a chance on it. Amy Hale, nope. Very
You're real, I guess.
Earl.
Real,
You
Earl. We're
Earl.
learning new terminology from our
Yeah,
friends
we
here.
are. Yeah, because my mind is doing autocorrect, and you don't want that. It took 2 sessions and almost 5 hours. I have 3 tattoos with more planned. And she probably can't show us those either. Her husband John won't let her. Anyway, and
John,
now
we're gonna guess your wife's religion at the end of the show.
Oh, and Amy is now reminded. Oh, I get a weekend away from Brian. Oh, blessed relief. Anyway, and Russell Allen says, "Amy Hale, I'm just giving you a hard time."
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. Giving you something to read and respond to on your potty breaks. Oh, yeah. A lot of people do their breaks from the potty. because the show sometimes is just full. Never mind. There's Meredith Longren. There's Meredith here to save us.
Speaking of potty breaks, here's Meredith.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's how we're introducing Meredith.
Some segues are smoother
Sorry,
than others,
Meredith.
but
This is
once
not-
you
This is
launch it,
probably
you
not
have
how
to
you want
follow
to start the
it.
convention.
No, it isn't. Which is why they're going to come in and tell you what's really happening at 11:30. See how I'm pimping the next segment here? I know what I'm doing here. Amy Hale says you wouldn't
Meredith
believe
wants
how
to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time.
I do, but I'm 64 years old too.
Hey
but
there.
anyway, Amy Hale says, you wouldn't believe how many people are surprised I have them. Well, it's because you look so innocent. You have that schoolgirl vibe about you. Short skirts and everything. And, I can see that, and people just think I'm a decrepit old fool and they don't understand my massive amount of tattoo. And we lost Christian.
Oh.
And remember, Christian, you're a volunteer.
Yeah, I know.
Say, can I come on the show? Oh, and now Christian is now all of his life choices.
Meredith's going like, I want you on, because when we discussed it, first of all, when we did the last convention, gosh, I can't even think right now. I'm sorry, Meredith, my bad. But when we did the last convention, I was just basically just going like, okay, wherever we need you, Christian, we're going to put you. And then it's just like, okay, so I'll be here all day. I'll talk about anything you want now. And even if I don't know it, I'll talk about it.
I've been doing that. We're going on 5 years doing that.
There you go.
You're in good company. Don't bother me with facts. They just slow me down.
It's easier to be on the other side typing this stuff out than it is.
Yeah. Oh my God. Author Michaela Jade says, hello, Russell Allen. Hello, Amy. Hello, Carl. Hello, Michaela. And Russell Allen says, Amy Hale, I have a ton. My biggest piece is a full leg sleeve, about 30 hours. Wow. That's impressive. That really is. And speaking of impressive, see, is that a better segue? There's Meredith Longren going, hello, darling. Wow, glad you're here. And so is Carl Witzman.
She's going like, what did I just wake up to?
Yeah, it's like, man, I thought I was the only one drinking at this hour.
Are you sure the insane asylum here was run by the inmate?
No joke. We got the keys. Russell Allen says Saturday at 10 p.m. Check out some clown from Russ Explode Studios on INDEEvent. He will be interviewing superstar artists and writers, including Michael Shoemaker, CB Zane, Ivanette Rivas Fournier, Ed Williams, and Luis Torres. And that sounds like an all-star lineup. We look forward to that. Please check it out. And if you want to see a full list of shows that are happening over the next 3 days, check out INDEEvent.com and IndependenceCon.com. Or also just listen to us, or just stay on the IndieCom. Once you get on the Comic Book Advocates or Geek Insider, just stay there. Your life has no meaning outside of that for this weekend. Would you agree, Christian?
Yeah, you should be here.
That's right.
Make sure you see all the talent, all the wonderful artists and talent that is going to be displayed here. That is going to be, and then you're going to have a great time. Meredith has really put this together in place of Tampa Bay Comic-Con, which we feel so bad about. I think you said your friend Eric is a big
Rob.
Rob
Anderson.
Rob Anderson. Yeah, we were all devastated, and I just to let you on, there have been more devastations just recently. Dragon Con called it quits 2021. Spooky Empire, both Spooky Empires, Tampa and Orlando, that were scheduled for this year. Which one was going to be in August in my neck of the woods, and then the one in October, which was supposed to take Halloween, both gone, which really makes me nervous because MegaCon moved theirs to Halloween weekend, and we're just all going,
waiting for that shoe, man. Just waiting for that shoe.
If Spooky left, maybe, but the MegaCon that they're having is what I call a MegaCon light. It's they had something called Fan Days or something like that, which wasn't too much of a success. This is kind of just the catch-22, because I hear a lot of people, in my estimation, it's just I hear a lot of people giving negative. It's like, oh, well, I'm glad it didn't happen. I'm just like, it does hurt, because if it doesn't happen, then when's it going to happen? And I understand. I'm not one of those people who go, no, COVID is not a problem. It is a problem. But COVID cannot be the dictator of our lives. We have to get back out there. We got to try things. And I don't mind standing there for 8 hours with a mask on, with a face shield, standing 6 feet away. It's not about trying to get, it's not trying to appease people are going like the upper echelons, the capitalists and stuff. No, it's people who they don't report on. When I mentioned to you, because we always see the death count and who's got coronavirus, but nobody mentions the anxiety, the depression, the loss of life. I've literally witnessed somebody on my own Facebook page, and it was a father who on my newsfeed just showed up and said, I lost my son to depression because of the lockdown and all this. So they always report about the COVID attack that's going on outside of our house, but not inside. And we're just not meant to live like that. This is just my opinion. And I'm not going to be one of those that says COVID's not a problem. It is a problem and we got to take it seriously. But if it means I'm going to be 6 feet away from my friend with a mask on, and this is the way we talk so that we can have a discussion and just come out and start the new normal, so be it. Put the rules on me. I don't care, but I want to see my friends again. And I think there's a lot more to be said about being in the same room together than being on this. I want Brian K. Morris in the same room with me at a panel doing this and making the fans laugh or otherwise, depending on Carl. So
true.
But that's my opinion. I mean, you don't have to agree with me to it, but I think this is the right thing you need to do. And if there is no time, then when is? I've been asking people, just tell me, what do you think it is? December 2021, July, when is it? Because we're just not meant to be this way. We need to interact. We need to do it. And Sarah, if the day ever comes to it, that might be the day that the convention goes wild. So I don't know.
She and I are already making plans.
Oh,
we're going to have
right.
anyway. It was just her, me, and my wife.
Exactly.
Which sounds terrible. And never mind. Go on, please. Go on.
Well, like I said, that's just me. Everybody has their own opinion. But I think that's.
No, I agree with you completely. I mean, I don't talk about much, and I think that's one of the things is that depression is something that a lot of us don't talk about. And I know I should. I know I've got people I can rely on, but when it hits, it's kind of like when you're drinking or you're in an emergency situation, you're just not thinking clearly. And it's affected me during this too. But it's something, because of that silence, we can't quantify it the way we can say effects on the economy or on travel or how it's affecting some other industry. I agree with you completely. I think this is shown, for all my my usual loathing of humanity that I espouse. I realize, I miss my hugs. I'm part of a group. My peer group. We're all saying, screw social distancing when I see you. I'm putting the monkey.
And that's the hardest part when we're at a con. Are we going to really follow those rules or wait until we go outside the doors and then it's just the biggest hug in the world and just like, no, I've just spread it. So I'm just
we're just that bad examples, period.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all there is to it, I think. But for me, it's like I know Rob was, really crushed when TampaCon went down because most of the peer group in IndieCon isn't based out of Florida. I'm in the Midwest. I'm in Indiana. I'm in central Indiana, and it's like you guys are upset about this. This has been happening to me for the last 3 months, almost on a weekly basis, because I do a lot of shows.
But you always hear this moniker that everybody 2020 is going to be the year that nothing happens.
Yeah. And it's
follow
like
up to that.
Yeah, well, I don't want to follow up to this. No.
No. That's
happy endings here.
It's like my year's 2020. We did nothing. Nothing happened.
Yeah, I'm just going to be 64 next year. I'll just tell everybody I was sick a year. So anyway, we also want to add real fast Wendy Steen Shaner on Russ Explode's show on Saturday night. So please check it out. And also, not to change the mood, but Amy Hale's a schoolgirl. I might have to leave now. I just bet you do. Anyway.
I saw the next comment.
Yeah.
Should
Okay.
we even post it? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I posted it earlier, but now I have context.
Which in response I said, Carl, I think you're giving yourself too much time on that one.
And what you gonna do with the other 14 minutes, right? Anyway, that censor guy's gonna come back, and we're both in trouble. Amy Hale says, "I don't think Christian's a volunteer. I think this makes Christian an accomplice."
Oh, I'm proud of it.
Yeah, I'm glad to have him.
Proud of it, Amy.
Oh man, you got an invite anytime you want on here. Brother.
Okay, gotta take it.
All right, and Amy's gonna give up typing because of those typo things. That's what makes it fun. But on a more serious note, Amy Hale says the anxiety and depression is very real. I deal with it as well. I've had to risk getting out, example, this weekend to help myself get through it. Yeah, that's a valid thing. And also the Indie Author Book Expo in West Des Moines, Iowa.
Here you go, Amy. Big hug if I can do that. This is a big hug.
There we go. This is how I do it. Yeah, but yeah, and also the Indie Author Book Expo in West Des Moines, Iowa. Jen Thompson, hope it goes well. I would have been at one of these two shows, but I'm in part of that danger group. I'm elderly. I have pre-existing heart. It's high blood pressure basically, plus a heart murmur, and basically I'd be going to one of these things, going, "Hey, COVID over here." It's like I'm your man. But
I want to show you something funny. This is how serious we were going to take Tampa Bay Comic-Con. Before and after you even touched the TARDIS, this was solely just to touch the TARDIS. That whole bottle. And we had rules that you had to apply it on first. Yeah. And we actually have, I don't have it with me, but a thing of wipes. A whole thing, 2 things of Lysol wipes. And this would have been the cleanest object in the room the whole day. That's if you wanted a picture with it. And we also said you couldn't put it up to your face. You had to hold it somewhere. Or if you put it up to your face, we had to really extremely wipe it down. You had to wipe it down yourself as well. And then we had these really odd rules for a piece of metal. So that's just for an icon piece of metal.
Welcome to the new normal, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Russell Allen says, find the iNDEEvent on the Facebook page there, definitely, and stay tuned because lots of stuff is coming down the pike here. You are going to have a lot of fun, and we'll be joined also by a lot of cool people, not just Christian here, who will be very, very present during the weekend, and rightfully so, but we're also going to have Indie Bolt with Arian Grant. Randy Zimmerman's going to have coffee on Sunday morning, and I'll be back 2 or 3 times. Eric Hawkins will be with me Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, and so he'll know what time it is. And also big author extravaganza on Sunday. And Mike Barron, the great Mike Barron, great comic book writer, now novelist, he'll be making an appearance. And, of course, the charming and delightful Meredith Logren will be here, and that's all you need to know. Plus Rob Anderson, the equally lovely one. Anyway, let's see. Eric Hawkins says, you want Brian on a panel with you? You may not know what you were asking. No, unfortunately, he does, and he's doing it anyway.
I'd want you on a panel so bad.
Oh man, yeah, you would just like, here's Brian, and then you're done for the rest of the hour. You can go out and get a sandwich,
Brian, tell him about what's under your fez, and I'll leave the room. That would be the end.
I'd want to leave the room too, because I know what my answer would be. Okay. Anyway, there's Russell Allen reminding everyone about the iNDEEvent on Facebook page. You want to take advantage of that. That's going to be a great, great weekend. And Carl Westman's back. We
wasn't 15 minutes, sir.
We gotta look at the time.
We timed it.
Yeah, that's right. By God, we timed it. And David Atkins, good morning, sir. Did someone mention me? No. Hello, Bill. Hey, I'm currently working on 2 more interviews for Artist by Artist. That sounds good, David. We look forward to seeing that. When you put them up, please let me know. Put them on our page. All right, buddy?
David, if your ears were burning, you need medication for this particular. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you may want to look before you leap into the show if you know by now. But no, Bill Sarton had nice things to say about you. That's why you were mentioned. And Amy Hill mocks us, both of us now, with her laughter. I have my display books covered in plastic. I will have hand sanitizer on my table where I ask them to use it before touching the books, and I will use it before I touch the books I sign for them. I would have curb delivery where they leave the, they PayPal me, then drive by with their one of their windows down, and you just lob it through, as they're taking off. I think that's the way to move. See, Meredith Logren says, as you guys are watching the iNDEEvent, please make sure you guys like and share all the different shows. That's a very good point. Let's grow our networks. We're doing it together. Yes, we are. And here we go. A voice, the not so happy hour. What am I, chopped liver? Well, of course you are not the not so happy show, or as their friends like to call him, the. Anyway, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're part of the shenanigans.
To be filleted more than chops, so I don't know.
That's
What's wrong accounts?
Yeah, here we go. Are you talking to me and how does having a wrong account, or you? Well, anyway, check out the next time you see it and ask for it by name. Molly Daniels says, that's a great idea. I was just thinking about doing the same next month at my first signing. Yeah, I'm honestly thinking about it too. But I've been carrying hand sanitizer for years, so it's like everybody starts to say, "Well, you're going to have to carry hand sanitizer." It's like I carry that thing by a 5-gallon drum. What are you talking about? And there we go. Hashtag Matthew.
Equal Matthew. Equal Matthew. Okay. I guess
or equal Matthew. Oh, equals Matthew. Okay, Matthew, how you doing? Anyway, hope your morning's going well. And David Atkins says, we'll be looking at creating a list of shows and more I may be going to next year. I do not believe that I have any I can attend this year. I still have, believe it or not, 5 shows, or 5 events, I should say. One is at a store. I'm doing a couple more virtual cons. And but I actually have a show that was supposed to happen next year, and it's already canceled in anticipation of the second wave. Well, it was also a school show. It was a school show. It was for a university, and right now universities are, not even sure they're going to be opening for the fall, which is starting like a whole nother kerfuffle.
Florida's brave right now.
Yeah,
Florida's really brave.
Yeah,
well, we're all experts in nothing. That's the best thing I can put around it. And with COVID-19, that goalpost moves constantly. There's are we going to be I don't know is the answer. It's just, it comes back to the same question. Okay, so when? I mean, when's the date? Because COVID-19 doesn't really care. And if it's going to hit me, Disney, the Magic Kingdom opened up. Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom just opened up.
Yeah.
I saw some Instagram posts from people who do Florida attractions, her big name, and they were teary-eyed. They were just like, my God, you don't know what you miss until you miss it. You're an annual pass holder, and you can't even go into that park for 3 months, and it means something. It means it's a new horizon. Now, whether this is going to be like September 11th, where people are going like, well, I heard some people going like September 11th didn't really change us. I was like, yeah, it did. Maybe you just didn't notice, or it became part of the new normal. But I think there's going to be some new normals with COVID. First of all, I like the fact that my gym is cleaning up stuff. I'm like, what were you doing before? What was I working out on when I was sitting down?
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, apparently.
Or make me sticky. I don't know. It was just, I just like, oh yeah, we're cleaning our equipment. I'm like, what were you doing beforehand? Were you just trusting us that we didn't have I guess the other assumption that somebody mentioned is that COVID doesn't care where I am, because there was some with our governor's speech who goes, and I'm paraphrasing, it's just like, well, if we can open up gyms and stuff, we can open up schools. I'm like, okay, I really need to see what you're doing and how it makes sense. Maybe this classrooms are not as big, or there's social distancing, they're going to have sanitizer on I don't know. I was like, I need to see what's going on and make sense of it. But yeah, there is a question that somebody asked me. He goes, what if you get COVID over at Tampa Bay Comic-Con? I said, well, what if I got COVID going to Publix picking up food? I mean, it really doesn't, there's people always breathing on there. And I don't want to sound like the Karen, but there was, after our mayor said everybody's masking up, there was a family going in there, walking around, shouting at each other. Everybody else is masked up but this one family. And I didn't want to be a Karen, but I'm about to pick up something and they're all screaming right next to it. I'm just, come on, dude. You're the reason why I'm wearing this.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm just, it's, you can't solve stupid, but I meant I'm not going to be stupid. I'm going to do what I need to do. I want to make sure that Brian K. Morris lives a long, happy, healthy life. And I don't care if I don't have, I do care if I don't care what I have to do that. That's what I was trying to say. And if we only, smack each other in the ass to communicate, so be it. So be it, to show the affection. Hey, yeah, I got nice hands here. And I'll make sure I have sanitizer on each slap.
I'll wear gloves too.
Speaking of which, where's Sarah on all this? I don't even see her.
Yeah, really. How's she missing all this stuff? I mean, come on.
God.
Wow. And getting back to the comments real fast, great. Mayor has a new nickname for me. Well, it could be worse. You ought to hear some of the nicknames I get. And I've heard every one of them. See, David Atkins says, I am terrified of people more than the disease.
Yes.
Some lady purposely coughed on a baby. The crowds at cons are also included with these types who have cameras to record and make money on one video. These kids are not protected in schools, much less at a con. That's the problem. That I agree with Christian that, I'm wearing the mask not totally to keep me safe, but to, so I don't kill somebody's grandma is what it is. I would feel terrible. But Rob Anderson has a link to my Smashwords. Thank you, Rob. I love you. And thank you for the Goodreads shout out as well as my Amazon. I appreciate that, my man. Thank you so much. And let's see. We got a whole bunch of new comments here. And thank you for your comments too, Christian. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You're actually my sanity. You're my sanity in the morning. Yes.
Holy crap.
That's why I link on. I'm busy in the morning and sometimes I have to log off and come back in, but then once I finish what I do, I come right back to it. So,
that's good. Well, it is appreciated.
Brian, I think I can speak for everybody here. I'm going to speak for the Sarahs, the Carls, the Merediths, the Rob Andersons, the David Atkins, all these guys. I think I love you. You're a breath of fresh air in the morning. That's why I log on. I even took the survey and gave you some feedback that I think you're going to that I think I wouldn't say I'm not going to say improve the show, but I think makes you will feel comfortable about going forward and going like, oh, okay. Because I said, I want you back on 5 days a week if I had my way. Dude, you would just be a feed on my phone that would start from 0 and never end, and you're just sitting there going like, well, I gotta pee, guys, so I'm gonna take a break. I'll run some commercials.
Yeah, I've got the coffee can right here, and
exactly.
we're ready. Yeah. Well, I sincerely thank you very much. And Christian reminds me, I do have a survey up on my profile page. I would like everyone who watches this show to please take just 3 minutes. That's all the longer it takes to check out that survey, because I'm looking at directions for this particular show. I may have a clever title pending one later, but it's basically mostly about the length of the show and the directions we take. And I just want some, that does help me, Christian. Thank you very much. That I want to know that, am I doing it right, or what do I need to change? So, and it's been very informative so far. Nick Tockert says,
I don't mean to cut you off, but did that survey you gave to everybody, or was that?
It's kind of open survey.
It's an open survey. Everybody take the survey if you can. If you can find it on Brian, please let him know what you need from Brian. But yeah, we need more Brian. We need more Brians out there. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I'm a little verklempt though, actually. So anyway, I appreciate that, Christian. Sure. Thank you so much. It takes about a month of actual isolation to beat C-19, says Nick Tockert. Like every other civilized country, till we take that kind of measure, folks will keep getting disabled and killed by this bug. Yeah, I'm editorializing here. I think that's what we should have done from the get-go. Just shut everything down for 1 month, except for the stuff that absolutely cannot be shut down. And I think we would. I've already seen the speculation that we could have killed this curve like immediately within 30 days. So let's see. Rob Anderson is changing the landscape of comics. Terraform Comics at terraformcomics.com. Darn right we are. And also saying that lots of great Kickstarters and more can be found at thecreatorofrinsins.com. Give them all $1 or pick your favorites. There's a lot of good stuff out there in the Kickstarter era, and they need your help. Even $1 gets them closer to their goal and gives them a great attaboy or attagirl. Eric Hawkins says, were we not supposed to smack each other on the ass to communicate before COVID? That was just you and me, Eric. But I hate to be indiscreet.
Smile when you have enough.
I've been practicing my deadpan just for Eric.
Did you make a wish?
It came true.
Back to the chats. There we go.
Sorry. Yes. For the love of God, please go back to the chats, Brian. Join the 41K subscribers. I'm sorry, Christian. And stay in the know of indie comics by subscribing at comicbookadvocates.com. It's not safe to. I've been told by more people. I'm not going to be drinking my morning coffee when I'm reading my emails and I see your name on there, Brian, because you're going to say something stupid.
I'm putting the lid back on.
That's a good thing. We do advise using protection at every possible occasion. Winsman says it's good to count on the show every other day. Well, I'm glad to be here. I really am. Now 7 days a week is a little much. Even like I kept telling people, even I was getting sick of seeing me. But and with my ego, that's something. Hate to be the devil's advocate on this topic, says David Atkins, but no produce is safe from being breathed on. Cans or drinks and so much more. I recognize just walking in Walmart. I'm not scared of people without masks being beside me. Well, that's the thing. But the thing is, the germ does have a shelf life, if you will. But the problem is on organic material, it's not horribly long. It's mostly on flat surfaces like metal and plastic that we have to be careful. Yes, Brian does his research, so you don't have to. And the Not So Happy Hour says, you may have already discussed this, but if there was a brick and mortar con next weekend, would you go? There's two of them that I've mentioned already. I was sorely tempted.
I would. But it depends upon the safety parameters. TBC had it all laid out. They gave me like a whole email about what they were doing, and I said, you know what, this sounds correct. And what I did was, I think it was Amy who said, she's putting plastic down. I said, I'm going to take it to the next level and make sure that, because I have teammates working with me, I don't want them to get sick. I got, people that I love to come home to. I don't want them. It was the same thing when we were talking about Cookie. You don't want to bring that sickness home, let alone you get it. But the worst thing I think about it is if if it was something, it was like you'd rather get the sickness than Cookie if you had to determine, but you don't want either one of you to get it, and I don't want anybody to get it. Right. So whatever Tampa Bay was doing, we put more stuff on top of that to ensure, listen, if I get sick, it wasn't because I got stupid. Right. It's because we did everything we could. So yes, I would go, depending upon the rules of what they got, and I feel comfortable about doing it. But I'm sorry, that question's yours, though.
Oh, no. You're more than welcome and invited to answer that. It's a good answer. Thank you, Christian. I'm going to something August 8th because I am aware of the venue, and I'm willing to roll the dice. Right now, I'm kind of a little bit leery since we're still in the first wave. Next month gives me more time to prepare myself, and I'll probably go the same route that Amy Hale is. Plastic on the books. I may have to pre-autograph them. May not personalize them, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. But yeah, we're going to make sure that we're as safe as can be, and that everyone that comes up to my booth at least leaves as safe as when they got there.
Actually, if I make a suggestion on top of what Amy mentioned, because she mentioned her books, my friend Melanie, who will be on the show later, possibly later on today, I think all weekend, she does painting shows for the Traveling Tires. She's actually an artist. Didn't even think about it. She's not bringing her paintings because can't bring the paintings if you're going to take them home and eventually so she did was she said, I think what I'm going to do is she was going to bring in like pictures or something that were disposable after the con. She was going to have one board, which she would have one of the scanner thingies that you could scan on there, and you could be. But she said she was not bringing a single painting. If she was, they were going to hide them, or they were not going to be in an area where, and they were going to be wrapped up. Things like that. What we were thinking about. I was thinking about TARDIS.
Oh yeah.
How many people get in contact with that because they want their picture with it? So.
Oh yeah. Well, good on you for thinking about that. Seriously, man. I got to throw some props your way. Because I know there's a number of dealers who are like, well, thank God I'm taking all my crap out and I'm going to sell all this stuff, and they're just putting it out there and not giving a single thought as to the safety of their customers. And Christian, I got to give you sincerest applause for that, for thinking forward like that. I honestly, I wish more people were like you in so many ways. So anyway, Rob Anderson says, Saturday at 8 p.m. Today on The Devil's Advocate, I call bovine excrement, because I don't use those nasty words, on online Comic-Con spots. Call him, or Rob bites the hand that feeds him. Spots are open, be part of it. I may show up for that. That should be fun. Anyway, it will be fun because Rob Anderson runs a good show. Please check it out here during the iNDEEvent weekend long. Nick Tockert says, a couple of your survey questions malfunctioned, but we are a wily bunch. That makes me nervous. That's the sort of thing that makes anyone stutter.
Okay. I will say this. It says, if you haven't subscribed to your newsletter, please put in your email. But you can't go on. If you've already subscribed, you can't do it without putting in an email. It won't let you bypass that question. So you have to. Oh, I see how you are.
I only look stupid. Anyway.
I'm learning from the master now.
That's right. I am the master, and you will sign up for my email list. David Atkins says, many items at gas stations are never sterilized before being eaten, which is gross to me even before this disease. I got to admit, my fondness for the roller grill has been severely abated during the last few months. And yes, Saturday night for Rob Anderson's Devil's Advocate. Please check it out. It's going to be entertaining with some freewheeling talk. And Rob Anderson says, Written Sins, Volume 1, The Comics Devil, a collection of the Comic Devil's tales at WrittenSinsComics.com. That is currently on Kickstarter, I believe. And deserves your support because it's the early work of Mr. Anderson. You'll dig it. And I was putting the link in the wrong link. Well, Rob, see that you gotta put some forethought into this, man. It's that censor guy. He's got you scared. He has got the indie devil running scared. I can see it. He won't admit it, but it's true. I'm going to be going to a toy show this weekend, says Eric Hawkins. I'm not a vendor, but a consumer, though. Cool. Yeah, it'll be the Toy Man show in St. Charles, Missouri. At the Machinist Hall there. And you can see I've done these things so often now. I'm memorizing websites and stuff, but I couldn't tell you my wife's cell phone number if you tortured me. Anyway, I guess I know what's important. But anyway, Carl Witzman says, dang, have to go. Catch you on the rerun. Carl, thank you for being here, brother. Hope to see you later on today with the noontime edition of Nevermind the Furthermore. And a silver lining to this, it brought folks to creating more. Lockdown is how I got involved with Luke Stone. See, there you go. That's something we're always talking about, that when the big companies started saying pencils down, step away from the keyboard, we said hold my beer. So, and there she is, Cindy Kemp. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Cindy. And hope you're doing well. Cindy had to bow out of the Indie Author Book Expo this weekend due to health concerns. Darn it! But Cindy, hope you get some good reports back, and
please get better.
Yes, please. And also, don't forget CKOEPP.com and sign up for her bombdiggly-icious, you try saying that 3 times fast, Christian, newsletter. It is a great newsletter.
Made it happen, and I got myself wet. Doing it.
Oh, must move on. A silver lining says David Atkins says, I can't wear a mask. I think your long, luxurious hair will catch it all. But I think I just wear a bandana because of all the hate I get in public without being asked why I can't. But then people will get mad because people rather be justified in their anger. David, the thing is, the CDC says even a bandana is better than nothing at all. And especially since I know you have a compromised health system, it behooves you to wear a bandana or wear one of those face shields. And
Yeah.
I know they're uncomfortable, but somebody was saying, well, those face masks are uncomfortable. There you go.
That was mine for that week, for this week. This weekend would have been that weekend, but yeah,
Nice.
that would have been double protection.
I love it. That's great thinking. But yeah, somebody once told me that so breathing through a mask is inconvenient. And I said, yeah, try it on a respirator.
David, you know what? Here's for the people, because I can't breathe through a mask. Meaning that when we wanted to help the theme parks, and Chrissy and I've been pass holders since beforehand, so we went to SeaWorld. And it was like 100 degrees out wearing the paper mask. And I just can't do it. And I left. I mean, I did my role. We came out there. We had a nice lunch. We spent money. We went because we wanted to support the 77,000 people who were laid off in theme parks, SeaWorld, Disney, Universal, all those guys who wanted to support them. And I make it a thing. If I forget or I don't wear a mask, I will move. I will move the 6 feet away from people. There are people who don't wear the mask who will walk right in front of me.
Yeah.
And I just sit there and go, can we just pretend for 5 seconds there's a pandemic going on? Just make the effort. Just walk away. And I know because of health reasons, people can't wear the mask. So I will move away, or please move away. Just do the 6 feet at least. So at least I know you appreciate my existence on the planet, and it's not an inconvenience to you.
That's right. Yeah, I hear you. I look like I'm drunk when I walk through Walmart sometimes, and I forget my mask. Cindy Cap said, "What did the green grape say to the purple grape? Breathe, man, breathe." There we go. That's white humor.
Great babe.
Yes, David Atkins mocks us with his laughter. But anyway, I need to get back to work. Yes, you do. Make a mask. Bill Lunford interview coming next. And another one I can't mention yet, but is someone everyone here knows. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Well, good luck. Have fun with that. And oh no, at noon, you will know what I meant by wrong link in the wrong link. Oh dear, that's ominous.
We gotta wait by noon? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, really. Yeah, it's like
my lunch hour, dude.
Yeah, I love your optimism that I'm going to last till noon. Anyway, Cindy Kemp says, in anticipation of iNDEEvent, you need to check there for Smashwords. Brian K. Morris. Thank you, Cindy. You are the best. You really are. Or here on Amazon, you may have heard of them. They are awesome. They sell my books. This Amazon, I will give full credit for. This is the reason why the cons shutting down didn't make me cry. So anyway, I just moved my business to Amazon and let them take care of everything. And Joe McKeel, good to see you, man. Joe runs Stupid O'Clock, a fun show. I love that show. I was watching a little bit last night on my news feed. That was really great. Here, flying on the mobile, gonna be listening. Joe, glad to have you here as always. And everyone, check out Stupid O'Clock Thursdays and Saturday nights at 9 p.m. because it's awesome.
Joe doesn't understand my work, my sleeping or my nighttime schedule. Here's the reason why I have to joke about, because I usually try to sign up with Stupid O'Clock at night just to go out there, because I do get the notifications and I go out there. And Joe every once in a while will go, "Well, what are you doing?" He goes, "Why?" And he goes, "Well, I'll put you on the show." And he goes, "You don't want me on the show." And he goes, "Well, what do you mean?" I'm going, "I just got out of the shower. You don't want me on the show right now." And the next time I was in bed laying down and sleeping, I saw the notification from Joe. I said I was going to bed early, and Joe goes, "What are you doing?" And I'm just like, "Nothing." Why? He goes, "Can we put you on the show?" I'm just like, "You don't want to show. You don't want to see me on the show. First of all, the lights are out. Second of all, I'm butt naked in bed." So, Joe, I love you. I will be back on the show. You just got to catch me at the right times when I'm not doing the nighttime rituals, and I'm like going out in public with a mask. And like going on public in a mask, it's my house. There's nothing on at that time.
Yeah.
That's for you, Sarah.
Yeah, and Michaela, this is the
And
man
Michaela.
you've got close to your butt now. Anyway, that's okay. I will not reveal the name of the podcast, but I did when I got out of the shower and I realized, oh crap, I've got a podcast to do in 3 minutes.
I hate those.
Yeah. It's like, damn, my folding memory. And then I thought,
when
well, they
Facebook
can't see me.
when Facebook has to remind you have your own podcast that's coming up. I was just like, I got one in 20 minutes. What?
What the hell? But
I guess-
no, this was for someone else. This was for someone else. I was a guest, and I realized I couldn't get dressed in time, and I thought, well, it's not a video one. So I just sat there and in a state that selected one of yous I wouldn't mind seeing me in that, but most of you not. But anyway, I have to get ready for the day job. Have a great day, Molly Daniels. Thank you for being here, and just for fun, I may keep track of the ratio during my shift, mask versus no mask. I think it might break your heart if you do. John B. Pica, welcome, citizen. Hey, guys, checking in. Glad to see you, John. Hope everything's going well on this Friday for you. And Eric Hawkins, 40 hours left. The book ship out to Eric Hawkins on Tuesday, and then he's going to get them out to you. So check it out and get your copy of The Zombieful World of Oz #2. Nick Tockard, just a reminder that while most of you will likely miss this week, you get a pass if and only if you subscribe to the Rising Tide Network's newsletter. I like how you think, young man. I will be doing my weekly live stream every Friday night discussing how you can learn to sword fight and answering related questions. And there is the YouTube link. Check it out. That is a very entertaining show, and it will change your life. It's really a lot of fun. It really is. And Cindy Kemp says, and for more goofy humor, go get Animal Eye at CKOEPP on Amazon. Cindy Kemp's new book there. It's a gorgeous looking cover, and you will want it. You can also get it at bearpublications.com, but you can get it on the Zon, as Cindy Kemp says their friends call it. And also great vintage cartooniness available on Sarnard 76. That is the artwork of Bill Sarn. You will love it. It will make you a happier person. And I talk about jumping in the shower, and Brian says, take the phone with me, says Michaela Jade. Yeah.
Hopefully it's waterproof.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah. I see nothing wrong with what I was requesting. I don't know about anyone else. Christian, do you think it's a good idea?
And next we have John B. Pica. Did you know that The Walking Dead's Santiago Cirillo was one of the original impossibilists? Learn more on patreon.com / I'm hoping I'm saying this, John. I apologize. The impossibilists? Impossibilists.
Very good. You've done good. You do better than I do, and I practice it about 3 times a week. No, that's awesome. Yes,
no, you're the master here. I'm just the never mind.
You are a valued and treasured guest, young man. Yes, check out the Impossibilists. And Santiago Cirillo, yes, he's a buddy of mine. I know him. He's awesome. Teresa Dunn says, I know most of you are suffering from complete boredom. Probably the minute I open my mouth, but you don't have to be. Why not go to Amazon.com and order Teresa Dunn's first book, Poetry Expressions? You'll be amazed how reading poetry can take your mind off of COVID-19, which she mentions, and other problems. So go ahead. I dare you to give it a try. I do too. Yeah, come on. You big Brady cat, buy her book. Seriously, it's a very, very good book. You will enjoy it. But yeah, Phil DeFranco, who I'm a big fan of, I love his news broadcasting style. He went for a couple weeks where he just kind of made an offhand remark about, subscribe to my page, or I'll come and punch you in the throat. And suddenly, all his subscription rate just started doing that. Yeah, and I'm like, well, damn, maybe I need to threaten violence against my viewership. Maybe that's how I get more than Oh, by the way, I do want to thank everyone that has subscribed so far to my YouTube page. That makes me very happy. I'm within 20 now. We're at 79 as of last night. Good. Thank you. I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm gaining organically, which is how I want to do it. I'm not going to go to Fiverr and get them. But I got to give a shout out. Yes, on the last show we did, we had someone, the Randys were like, hey Brian, how are you? And they were watching on YouTube, and I'm like, well, hi. I was like, cool. And then I went back to look at my YouTube page later and found they had subscribed. I was going to go and check. I always go and check out who subscribed to me because I like to return the favor.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
found out it is a rock group, I will call them, out of Terre Haute, Indiana, which is about
Oh.
2 hours southwest of me, and they have an awesome sound. They really do. It's kind of 80s, 90s, kind of a power pop, and I really enjoyed them. So I want to give a shout out to the Randys, and it's Randys, the
Mhm.
Randys, and I really like their sound, and I think you should check them out on Facebook. They have a Facebook page, but they also have a YouTube channel. Please check it out and subscribe. I really enjoy their sound. And Eric Hawkins now, did Michaela say she was going to stream for the shower? Do they allow that on Facebook, or do I need a special app for that? She could always film. We could go on Discord or someplace, and you could send it to me first, and I will.
Wait a minute, there's a we that's happening. We got a show going on.
Yeah, we got a show. Oh, we got a show going on, Christian. We do.
Michaela reads her favorite book in the shower.
That's right. It's also
After hours.
That's right. The Fez After Hours. I'm telling you, that's Christian. It shows getting closer and closer to fruition. And
Oh,
so
it's
you
already
can-
here.
Oh yeah. We just
It's here
moved it
right
up
now.
2
We're
hours.
just putting it together as we speak.
Yeah, it's taking 4 before your very eyes, like watching mold grow. But anyway, Cindy Kemp says, "Oh darn, out of break time, but it's a half day." Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. See y'all shortly, because I'm not that tall. Oh, but you're a titan to me. In the meantime, go to bearpublications.com and grab some great sci-fi and fantasy. Definitely check out Animal Eye. Cindy, thank you for being here. Mwah, CKOEPP.com. Sign up for her Bomb Diglicious newsletter, because it's awesome, and so is she. Thank you for being here, Cindy. And Teresa Dunn says, "I just finished doing some cleaning. Now I am headed to the shower. Catch you all later." This is a trend. This is a trend that I welcome, the cleanliness trend here. And I
Brian
see
K. Morris putting people in the shower. This is a trend.
this is a trend,
Which is just ironic that I have a shower curtain TARDIS behind me.
Oh,
Which
Christian,
will now start a whole new show at this moment. So
there we go.
great.
Christian will now do your podcasts, your vlogs from the shower. Now we've just opened up this. I'm seeing like 75,000 more on your channel now. Just ready for this live stream from you. It's not only a live stream; it's a lukewarm stream.
Or
But
they will
anyway,
be running away from the stream. Report.
yeah. No,
Your account has been flagged permanently.
yes.
In fact, we don't want you on the planet. Can you leave on the next Mars rover?
Yeah,
Get off.
we have. He said, "Get off." But the thing is, oh, it's good to have company doing that. I was going to drown otherwise. Now I'm swimming with a buddy. But anyway, they're going to report you to other platforms too, just to make sure that's what's going to happen. So anyway, we're at 22 minutes past the hour. We are going to leave this at 1:30. I do want to say thank you to Christian Basil. And talk about the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS for a little bit, if you would.
God, why? We
And
were
let
talking
people know
about
how to
people going in the shower. Why would we talk about that?
Oh, and here we go. Teresa Dunn has made us an offer. I'll be there in 10 minutes, hon. Anyway,
grab the hubby. Let's go.
yeah.
Make it fun.
Tell Albert he needs to go down to the corner for ice cream or something. But anyway, Christian, please tell people about the Legends of the Traveling TARDIS and how awesome.
Where do you want to start on this one?
Well, how long have you been? How long have you had that podcast?
Well, the podcast is only on its second year. The actual Traveling TARDIS idea has been going on for 8. And it just kind of morphed into other things, and the story, if this is kind of the interview section that I usually give, is that 8 years ago I came up with this idea to grab a TARDIS, bought it on Amazon, had to be die cast because if it were plastic it would have been broken in the first 5 minutes. And I took pictures of it in places where the Doctor doesn't normally go, and I was doing like low level stuff like Home Depot. There was a section where, I don't know if you've seen that meme where it says ropes, chains, oils, and all that stuff.
Yes.
And then just taking just really odd pictures in places. Took it to Disney World, took it to Epcot, and just all of a sudden this little blue box started getting an audience of its own. And then later on, I went to panels, and I don't know if you're familiar with the gentleman, God rest his soul, Ken Spivey. He started a thing called Time Lord Fest, and I was one of the very first panelists he had in Orlando, which took place in a hookah bar of all places. But it was just, he started something that was phenomenal. Unfortunately, he just passed at the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
And I owe a lot to him on being my first panel, because he started hearing me talk to people, and he goes, "No, I want you on a panel at my convention." So it was the very first time. And then later on, I started going on to other podcasts, started doing other panels, and I started doing panels for MegaCon, Fan Expo, Florida SuperCon. I mean, it just went on and on and on. And the most recent podcast I was on, because I was just hopping around podcasts, is a friend of mine named Ian Shaw, who had a podcast called Gallifrey Stands. And unfortunately, he ended the show. But he loved the fact that I was the UK brother. He was the US brother. I was the US brother, and he was the UK brother. So we had two different, topics and ideologies that we were coming up with from two different continents. We were the brothers from the other motherland. And just because it was a 5-hour difference, it just didn't work. And we mutually came to that. It wasn't like a bad breakup. It was like we mutually came to that agreement. So because he was booking guests. And it's like, okay, can you be up at 3 a.m.? Like, no.
Thanks for asking, though.
Thanks for asking, though. Yeah. So I decided to move on to our good friend Garrett Pomacher, who runs the Hanging with Web.
Right.
And I was his co-host for some time, for a short time. And then just within months later, he goes, "Okay, I think it's time." After Gallifrey Stands had closed up, I was kind of in a funk, and he knew it, and he goes, "Okay, I think it's time." I said, "What the hell are you talking about?" And then he goes, "No, I think it's time you had your own podcast." I'm like, I want to stay with Hanging With. I want to be kind of just off to the side. I don't want to bleed anything. I don't want to, I don't want to do this. I'm comfortable with where I am, and I don't want to do. He goes, no, you don't understand. With all that untapped potential, if you don't have a podcast, you're used to this, you're a panelist, you've done this. And if I don't give you your own show, I have something sitting in the corner festering, doing nothing. I go, okay, fine. So the premiere episode actually took place on the Saturday before Jodie Whittaker premiered, which was the first episode talking about Jodie Whittaker, what were our predictions and stuff like that. And I think we're now up to our 80th episode. And yeah, let me go ahead and hit the ego button. I don't care. We're now up to 35,000 subscribers to the Facebook page. We just crossed that line. Somebody told me it was a magic number. I don't know how it's magic, but okay, fine. I'll take it. And if anybody's been knowing, what's that? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's just like, okay, you guys are really hard up for entertainment now. But it's been a thrilling ride because one of the questions people ask is like, there's a million podcasts out there, so why is yours different? And I said, because we want to talk about the subjects that I kind of think everybody else wants to talk about, because I haven't heard them and I want to talk about them. We talk about reviews of episodes. We talk about Big Finish audios. We talk about celebrities and favorite doctors and all that. But then we also break it down to, we talked about anti-bullying in the Hooniverse. When Jodie first came on up there, Twitter is the dumpster fire it is right now, if not worse.
Yeah.
I mean, you had the antis and the pros and everything, and everybody was on the. I mean, what I wanted to do when I finally started getting a crew, I had like three wonderful women, and a couple of them are still there. We have Melanie Dean, who I appreciate. She's the co-host and director, and she's just been my support. If it wasn't for her, I don't think I would have gotten this far. Also, Jessica, Nisha, I'm sorry, my brain's fried this morning. Brian, I mean, there's a Dave, there's a ton of people I want to give appreciation to, but don't tell Meredith, okay? Whatever we do, it's been our secret the whole time. And the team has grown into other. Yeah,
Mom's checking on you.
Exactly, the team has grown up a lot. We have like a whole, I think like 15 people, including the Hanging With team, who just, circulate and talk and rotate about things. But we talked about anti-bullying. We talked about disabilities, which they were hinting upon in the last Capaldi series with the young scientist who was out there. And they gave her a personality. And I thought, oh, God, she's going to be in the TARDIS in no time. Didn't. And I said, there's been so much missed opportunity. But just recently, with the COVID-19, unfortunately, a lot of these folks that we were talking about earlier, who don't get the appreciation, we gave them the appreciation because they didn't have work at the time. So I said, you know what, we want to give them their attention, their due. So just recently, we've had episodes. You've probably seen them going in and out. Andrew Cartmel, Sophie Aldred, Rob Sherman. I mean, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Annette Bedland. And we gave them an ear so that people, we gave them a voice so that people could listen. And I'm hoping that everybody who listens enjoys what they have to hear. Because one of the things that I mentioned, which is kind of my secret sauce ingredient, that I'm going to let it out.
Secret sauce.
Yeah. Meredith, calm down. It's too early for that right now. We just to blow up the internet. But one of the things that we did, you and I just did, just read.
All right, guys, I have to pop into the other stream. I just wanted to let you know that don't, while you guys are live streaming for Brian's audience really quickly, is that during these live streaming events, because we're all hosting our own shows, is at the end of the hour, if you want to carry on, that's up to you. You don't have to shut off at the hour. But if you could tip the hat, pass the potato, however it is, to the next show, the Friday schedule, I updated that last night or early this morning, and it's got today's events. You know, again, just tip the hat to the show before, tip the hat to the show later, and you can carry on if you want to. But the live stream playlist is on YouTube, and we are sharing them out to our Facebook. If people are linking to their Facebook, so do the watch parties, share the love. I gotta go. Rob's waiting for me.
Yes, please go. Thank you, Meredith, for that reminder.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Welcome to iNDEEvent, guys.
Welcome, hun. All right, very cool. So I'm thinking, that's a great story. That's fantastic, Christian. Yeah. I'm so happy.
Here we are right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much time we have, but we got to thank Meredith because of the StreamYard. She, Brian and I are using Meredith's ingenuity, for a better term, and her generosity. We would not probably be reaching out as much to the folks out here as we would, and we're greatly appreciative from Meredith Lauren. We would not be getting out here as much as we can. So we never give enough props, or at least I don't. So
I couldn't give enough props.
I couldn't give enough props. So
yeah. So anyway,
on
that note, but anyway, tell people how they can listen to your show and where they can follow you and all, if you would, Christian.
Sure. If you want to join the 35,000 who've been with us, Legend of the gosh, wow. Okay, Facebook.com, The Traveling TARDIS. That's the best place to go because we're always putting up the YouTube links, the iTunes links, the Spreaker links, CBS Radio. We're on radio.com. All those links that we put out there, so that you can follow us. But plus, when we do the live feeds with our guests or celebrities that we've been doing recently, you can be a part of that. And then, like you're doing here, you can chat in with us with the guest on, and if you have any questions, you have a chance to ask them. You don't have to wait for a convention. You don't have to wait for an email. They're right here with us asking questions. Some of them have come back.
True.
So
very cool. Well, Christian, thank you for showing up, man. It's been a joy, and I've got to get you on Clever Title Pending one of these times to talk about podcasting and everything. So
you're in trouble now.
I never left trouble, dude.
Yeah, you go there.
I get my mail
more
there.
Than happy to come on.
Well, cool. We're going to draft you for real soon. I haven't booked a guest for Tuesday night. I've been so busy with this. So anyway, we'll talk, my friend.
Yeah, of course.
But anyway, again, thank you to Christian Basil, the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Please check it out. Also on iNDEEvent this weekend, please check out the shows. Christian will be back many, many times, probably more than he anticipated. You may look at the schedule and find out you're filling all the gaps that I haven't. But anyway, please check out the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. You didn't get a choice either, dude. Anyway, check out Christian Basil. He is amazing. He runs an incredible podcast. Please listen to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. If you're any sort of Doctor Who fan, why, look what we have here. There we go.
There.
Oh, you're so adept.
In retro, let's get Brian up to 100 subscribers for his Facebook page. What do
I
you
could
get?
say.
You get a toaster or something like that?
I think so. I get a pat on the head and
Oh, okay.
go away, kid, you bother me, sort of thing. No, I get like a unique URL, which is better than my
Oh, okay.
previous one, which is like misspelling of a character I was playing in a role playing game and the zip code of where I was living at the time I was playing it. So that's how much attention I paid to my YouTube channel until recently. But anyway. Anyway, I was going to do it anyway, even before the lovely Meredith gave us a prompt. Please do stay with the iNDEEvent network all this weekend. You're going to be seeing some incredible entertainment, some really great ideas being thrown around, and a chance to participate in the conversation just like you've had here. And don't forget, at noon, at the top of the hour, I will be back with a very special Nevermind the Furthermore that's going to officially kick off iNDEEvent. And we'll be on for an hour there doing the same kind of thing we do here. And although I've got a little twisted thing I may do, I may not. Depends on how you people behave. But anyway, I want to thank once again Christian Basil for being here. Thank you, buddy. And the door's open for you anytime, okay?
My honor, Brian. Always. I would love it.
Oh, the honor is mine. And don't forget risingtide.pub, also the Rising Tide Publications page on Facebook, where we have new content 3 or 4 times a day. And yeah, I've been doing this for how long? I still don't know where everything is. And iNDEEvent, woo, says Ric Flair. I mean, Russell Allen, same difference, same type of ropes. But anyway, thank you, Russell.
Did you say Ric Flair?
Ric Flair, man. Woo!
Okay.
Man,
No. I just want my
don't
ears
you want to
are
ride
still...
Space Mountain? Come on. Anyway, to be the man, you've got to beat the man. Yes, I used to follow that stuff. Anyway, please join us all this weekend for more stuff from iNDEEvent, and also top of the hour for more Nevermind the Furthermore. And if nothing else, we'll see you Monday morning at 10 a.m. and we will have the very drunken remnants of the iNDEEvent crew with us, because they'll be crashing the party. And Christian, if you're of a mind, you can help me keep herd on these people. That ought to be fun. Anyway, so for Christian and myself, everyone, thank you for being here this morning on Nevermind the Furthermore. Don't forget, stay smart, stay safe, wash your damn hands, and never apologize for being awesome. We'll see you soon. And we're going to get to that part that I keep forgetting to just get queued up, because well, that's the usual show. And I gotta get you a copy of that.
That's it's bigger on the inside.
Yeah, it is. Boy, you gotta see the fires in there. It's just like going from David Tennant to Matt Smith. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even realize that this whole time we've been doing this, the evil eye, the brother eye, has been behind us as a background. I did not even... This
is not an accident, my friend. This is not an accident. So anyway, we're going to see you in a half hour. We'll see you Monday morning. We'll see you all weekend. And everyone have a great day. Take care.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Thank you for tuning in to Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Publications and Brian K. Morris production. Member of the Comic Book Advocating Network and sponsored by GeekInsider.com. Become part of our show with sponsorship and advertising opportunities. For details, contact advertising at GeekInsider.com or visit podcast.geekinsider.com. The Geek Insider podcast is available on your favorite app, so please hit the follow button and share it out to your friends. Because if you don't, you might have to turn in your geek card.